So let's start with the module 2, and following topics are there that I am going to include in module 2, that is individual level change, team level change and its impact. The ultimate goal of change management is to engage employees as a team and encourage them to adopt the new way of doing their jobs. Whether it is a process, system, job role, organization structure change, a project is only successful if the entire team work towards it. Yes, that is true. If we all are thinking about our organization, yes, we have to do it. And we are working for it, so we will achieve the desired results. And this is what we are learning in this change management, that how we can manage the change that has come in the organization, as an individual, as a team level, whatever level. But we need to work, we need to move forward with this change in the organization. Change can come from both internal and external sources. So let's understand both the sources, how they work. When change comes from internal source, it is planned or executed in a systematic fashion by the organization. It may be restructuring, forming a new team or department, the decision to hire a new manager or additional team members can also be a change, and this is internal change. Layoffs of the employees or simply changing the way in which work is being done are all internal sources of change. But management has a certain amount of control over these internal changes, which can cause negative reactions towards the organization from affected employees. When change can come from external source too. What is that change? For example, any law is implemented, any new law is implemented. The action of competitors can trigger a different reaction to change within an organization. Let's take an example here. If we talk about two big online portals, two big competitors, what are these? Amazon and Flipkart. So for Flipkart, Amazon may be the external source that force them to bring the change in their organization so that they can compete with the Amazon. Teams often react more positively to these changes as it unites the employees, managers, and executives to work together to ensure that organization is dealing with the change appropriately. People in a team deal with change differently. So there are 4 distinct behavioral reactions to team change. Number 1, people who thrive on change, people who are not bothered by change, people who resist change and need time to prepare, people who are concerned with the effects of change. Let's understand these points one by one. Very first one, people who thrive on change. They are usually the ones that initiates the change activity within a team. They embrace the quick decision and change. Second one, people who are not bothered by change. We can say they are optimistic to handle the change, and their enthusiasm keeps everyone motivated. By this person who is already motivated and already ready to handle the change, he keeps motivated other people also to go with that change. Number 3. People who resist change and need time to prepare. They are steady decision makers and do not like to be rushed. We can say that they don't want to come out of their comfort zone. And I think this is true. If somebody comes to me and asks me and say me that this is a change or you have to deal with this change, so what will happen? I would not like this change. But slowly, when I understand that this change is good for me, then yes, what I can do, I will go ahead with this change, because I know this change is good for me, for my organization. Now, let's talk about the fourth one. People who are connected, people who are concerned with the effects of change. So, they are the team members who are cautious, who are careful and objective thinkers. They are not like what is coming, they'll accept it. No, they are objective thinkers. They seek to maintain high standards regardless of the changes going on around them. They'll see here and there, they'll check everything about this change, and then only they can accept this change. So yes, what we are learning, that there are 4 distinct behavioral reactions to team change. Let's take a scenario here that a change has come and management has told to implement this change in the organization. So how a manager can help a team through this change? So in order to prepare your team for this change, very first step, to analyze how the change will impact the team. And the second step is to involve the entire team in this process. Yes, because not only one person, but the change is going to impact on everybody. So everybody should be, the entire team should be involved in this process. Now let's see some points which need to keep in mind when you as a manager communicating this change, that change which has come from the management. So this change has come from the management. You need to communicate to your subordinates, right? So let's see what these points are. Number 1, host regular meeting to communicate upcoming changes. This will help to tell them that some change is going to come and we need to update ourselves for that change. And how we can communicate this? Through the regular meetings. So being a manager, you need to host a regular meeting to make your employees, make your subordinates understand this change. Next point, you need to discuss positive and negative implications of change, because you know that yes, change is going to come, and with that change maybe there are something positive, maybe there are something negative. So you need to tell each and every aspect, each and every implications of that change, whether it is positive or negative. Number 3, provide reasons to adopt that change and create a shared understanding with the team so that they can understand why this need is required. They can aware themselves for this change. And the last but not least point to keep in mind is allow your employees to ask you questions. Yes, it's not always that you are standing with the paper with all the rules and regulations and you are just reading and communicating. No, it should not be that way. It should be interaction meetings where your employee can ask you the questions. They can solve their doubts, and that is the way only when your employee will take interest in that change, that why this organization is going for that change. So yes, we should allow our employees to ask a question and propose the alternatives in the change process. If they are proposing something for that change, we need to open our eyes and ears to understand their perspective. Let's understand importance of team change. Team change is important and has number of advantages. We'll see one by one what are those. Number one, team accomplish more than individuals. How? Yes, many people can do the work much better than a one person. यहाँ पे मैं आपको एक कहानी सुनाती हूँ। एक चिड़िया अनेक चिड़िया की, जो लॉन्ग बैक, आज से 25 years बैक मैं जब कभी छोटी थी तब सुनती थी अपनी दादी से। सो क्या होता है, चिड़िया के खाने के लिए दाने पड़े, तो दाना देख के पहले एक चिड़िया आती है, देन स्लोली 2 आई, 3 आई, एंड नाउ बहुत सारी. सो व्हाट वी से इन हिंदी दैट अनेक चिड़िया इज देयर. नाउ अनेक चिड़िया आर फीडिंग देमसेल्फ, वो दाना खा रही है. इतने में एक पर्सन आता है उनको पकड़ने के लिए, नेट लेके आता है, वो जाल उस पे डाल देता है, उन चिड़ियाओं पे वो जाल डाल देता है. चिड़िया फंस जाती हैं. First they got scared, but because there were so many, so उनको आइडिया आता है, बातें करते हैं, they communicate to each other and then they come up with an idea, let's flew away. उड़ जाते हैं इस जाल को ही लेकर. तो वो ऐसा ही करती हैं, बिकॉज अनेक चिड़िया थी, जाल को लेके वो उड़ जाती हैं. कहाँ जाती हैं? एक दूर गांव में कहीं उनके दोस्त चूहे रहते हैं, वहाँ वो चली जाती हैं और चूहे से कहती हैं भाई हमारे जाल को काट दो. जाल कट जाता है, बर्ड्स आर फ्री नाउ. सो द कंक्लूजन इज दैट इट इज नॉट एन एफर्ट ऑफ सिंगल पर्सन, बट इट इज टीम वर्क, राइट? सो यस, टीम इज important, and the importance of team change is this. Next point, teamwork help to retain the best people. Yes, this is also true. How? Sometimes recruiting can be expensive, time consuming, stressful in the organization. So what organization do? They want their best people, the best working people, to retain in the organization. They don't let them go. But how? By giving them new opportunities, new tasks, working with others on new skills. So they provide them opportunity to do something new. Number 3, teams contribute to the whole organization's success. Yes, as we have seen in our story, Ek Chidiya Anek Chidiya, the whole so many birds together flew away with that net, and they are free now. So in the same way, team contribute to the whole organization's success. If they work properly, they work efficiently, that organization can achieve the success definitely. Number 4, members have the opportunity to learn from each other, because in team there are so many peoples, and with the new skills, right? So the other people, person A can learn from person B, person C can learn from person A. So if there are 4 person A, B, C, D in a team, they can learn from each other. Number 5, communication increases and there is more cooperation, as there is greater acceptance and understanding of team decision. So here, as communication increases, more cooperation also increases. They have more acceptance of each other. They understand each other, and then they become a team, and then they come with a decision. Thank you.